Get your coin, make your money, get the fuck out before anything, because I'm really sure it's gonna come crashing one time, and then I think stocks is gonna come back around, and then people are gonna focus right back on the property. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, it's your girl, and this is the Brew podcast episode
15, 16. It's 16. I wrote
16.
it down.
16 episode. I was gonna say 16, but I wasn't sure.
Nah, 16.
Yeah, we're back. All right. What do we started off with?
You could start.
Okay, so as y'all can see, or I don't know, y'all, I didn't go to Cali as I said last time. Ended up budgeting myself, getting too cheap. Then I got so cheap that I thought about how much I could save by not going. Although I did lose by buying the ticket, but the amount I saved is more. I'm so cheap. The amount I saved is more than the ticket was worth.
Word.
So it's like, nah. I don't really need
That
to.
is the marker of maturity. Where you're starting to realize, like, you know what? I could actually save this and save that and you know? So it's like you're getting old, bro.
So like what I've noticed as I get older is that like for me, like the best thing is to simplify the things that I actually put into my body or the experiences I go through, to keep them simple, because what ends up happening is you just want to amplify the experiences after a while.
Right.
Like the same effect of people that come back from vacation and then want to go right back to vacation. So
that's
like,
very true, yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking in my head, like I still have never bought like LA Bud, like going over there and like paid the heavy tax for the. I still haven't even bought from a dispensary yet, right? So like I still feel like I got my virginity or whatever on that.
Yeah.
And then like so I don't have like a feeling for that, right? Like there's no real like when I think of like Los Angeles, no offense to Los Angeles, I really, as I think of it, like for a bunch of states, if it's not for the people that I know in the state to go see, I don't really see what that state really has much to offer. Now also that weed is legalized in New York. Right. Like when it wasn't legal in New York, that's when I was in San Jose. Well, remember? It wasn't legal when I was over there. I enjoyed it for that aspect of every couple minutes going, yo, weed is still legal here, right? Like, can I smoke? And I'd double check with my boy, and he would laugh and be like, yo, but yeah, bro, just
now
smoke.
That everything is basically, now New York City is turning into the stopping ground for everything. So you really don't got to go anywhere. Like there's, you know, and even the overall experience of just the energy here, you're not going to find it anywhere else. So it's like, now that we got everything we need, basically.
I mean, another good example of that also is the fact that although that New York, like it's a higher level example of it to simplify things, just like how rich people are moving out of New York because the tax is so high, they want to keep stuff simple. Right? Like they don't want, because they're getting out because the tax is going to get changed.
Yeah.
It's not like it was and they're like, oh, we're getting out because it is what it is. No, you're changing and you're making more. So I'm going to get out. I got to keep things simple. The way either closer to what it used to be or to like what it used to be.
Yeah.
So that's another example of like a higher level of.
And that's why Texas is blowing the fuck up.
Texas, Florida, and stuff like that with the lower. Yeah.
I have people from my job that are moving out to Florida and just people.
But like, I think the mistake also is, it could also be the fact that here's the trap in it. People on our level of normal people level of wealth, once they go to like Texas, right? Like if you really think of the math, all right, it's cheaper to live there and everything. Once they do that, but what are they really benefiting? Like how much are they really saving? That's what I really want to question, because of like, if you look at it like this, like rich people that live in New York own stuff in New York to make it expensive, obviously. Yeah. Right? Somebody got to own it to make prices go up, right?
Yeah.
So them going to these places could also cause it to turn into a New York type situation where they run into the same problem.
Well, eventually, yeah, because it's like you get enough people moving out there from a certain place eventually, and they got money to back it up. Then eventually
they're going to own properties and inflate the price. Like it's already happened in Texas and in a lot of places because of the whole Joe Rogan moving the comedy. Prices, the property values obviously is going to go up, and it's been going up and up and up. right?
Yeah.
So it's nowhere near the New York levels or stuff like that. I get it.
But it will
And then
be.
also, but it also they have a lot of space. Once that if that space gets filled, like it has to do with like they own large private properties over there. Somebody sells off pieces of private property,
Yeah.
stuff like that can cause things to come in place. But like so what I'm trying to say is like, and also people in New York that benefited off a lot were people that were there for the time before that. So people that are going to benefit in Texas is going to be people that were already in Texas way before everything, and they already own the houses and everything, and they could rent those out to bring the price. So what I'm saying is like, if New York is going to be left with lower income people or middle class people, and the rich are moving out, right? So if the middle class people go over there, wouldn't it just eventually turn into the same thing? That's what I'm trying to think. What would prevent it from not? Like, obviously, things change here because of the amount of people, the amount of money, and everything just changes. So it's going to change over there, too. And it's even more stricter over there. Like, people also, I think they could also fall for the trap, and they could forget how strict laws are in different places like those. Like, they're like, you might be a little loosey goosey over here, but there's a little more stricter gun laws. Like, you might be a New York head used to being a hothead, and you're not used to a state that has legal gun and self defense laws that it could shoot you, and like, and they can still get away with it. Like Florida could do that. Like a lot of things happen in Florida. Real quick, a lot of things happen in Florida where they do like maybe like a drug transaction. Two people both have guns. One is it's actually going to be a robbery, but on paperwork looks like self defense. You just look like, oh, he tried to shoot me, and I shot him, and if there's no evidence, it's only gonna stuff like that.
That's the thing. People are making these decisions based off only the positives. They're not really looking at a 10-year plan and the pitfalls.
The pitfalls of what could happen. So because it's not like you're gonna make it. You don't have enough money as a middle class or a lower class person to go there to make an actual change. You're just gonna be making a change for yourself, right? Basically. But everything around you is going to change because of everybody else that's going to come into the area. That's the reason why you moved out of the place that you... Right. I get it. It's going to be very helpful for them in the meantime because it's still cheaper. Yeah. That's what people are focusing on. But, like, bro, you're, like... I'm just speaking on New York. Like, you're losing on good food. Eventually, you're losing on, like, the transportation.
New York is leveling. I have a feeling if enough of them move out, if enough of people that have a lot to put in move out, that New York is gonna they're not just gonna keep raising shit.
No, they are.
You think so?
Why wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, rents are down.
It's down for now.
That's true.
It's just for now. Like people keep forgetting about that. The 10 years into it, like, okay, so how do you know like it becomes a situation where Texas is like we're done and New York is like you want to come back now or like something like that,
Spike it
up. So you don't know what things are gonna happen for newer people coming back into New York.
That's true.
They might put an extra tax on.
I would say there's going to be a period of time and opportunity for the people who are still in New York where the prices are not going to be too crazy, and if you can get your foot in the door somewhere, own property, own this before it spikes up, you got it, because by the time the people come back, then now you have leverage over whoever left when shit was kind of up in the air. So there's gonna be that little moment, when our parents back in the day had that like gap to like.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's still different.
It's not gonna be the same. But
because the income, there's no income.
Well, I mean, if you could figure it out.
That's the thing. There's no income. If there was an income and the price was low.
What I'm trying to say is if somebody out there, individuals can figure it out, the income part, and then kind of manage between the period of time before people come back and shit goes up, then they're gonna end up having leverage. That's all I'm saying. Yes,
but shit's not that down either.
I know. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be balling.
The thing is, like the news will make it feel like, it's so much of this and that. But nobody's dropped the price on anything. Nobody sold their house in New York for dumb low to get out of New York. Yeah, nobody did that.
That's true.
That's one of the things. Yeah. And then also, if you have the money to actually grab a crib in New York, you're probably not going to. That's just what I really think most people would do.
that is.
I just think most people would just not do that. They just buy Dogecoin. Yeah. On to the transitioning to the next topic now. This was next. So Dogecoin, is it going to be the new Bitcoin? Are we in the era where the most amount of money is made in the least amount of time?
Yes. Everyone is all about the quick buck right now. Everyone's all about the quick buck right now. This is what This is why cryptocurrency is, everybody's rubbing their nipples about it and it's going crazy and it's super, it's a thing to do now because everyone is like, how can I make a quick buck? But they're not realizing that the game that we're playing is not quick. It's long term.
Yeah. So my thing with the it was this one really good like dude. I think his YouTube account is the Gamer Kid or something like that. Okay. And he made like a good thing of it where like he said like Tesla is taking Bitcoin. If you want to buy a car, you could buy a Tesla with a Bitcoin. Like I was like, do not do that. Why would you buy a depreciating value for an appreciating value? Why would you sell your house for a car? Right? Like it's like one of the stupidest things. So that was funny. But and then Dogecoin also became like it started off as a meme currency and then it just caught up and caught up and caught up, right? And I'm still like on the fact of like a lot of people would say I made 80K or I paid this off or I did this with the amount of money that I made. And then like it's like we don't know if these people are like lying, right? Just lying. And we don't know if these people are not paying their taxes. And we do not know how much money they actually do have. They could just have a lot of money and say this, and then it's like, what? So we really don't know what's going on with that exactly. And then also with the thing with Dogecoin that I am still on, like everybody's still telling people to hold on to it, to wait till it gets to $1. It's at like 60 cents right now. Okay. And it's a whole hullabaloo over it. But again, if the people that own the most shares cash out, everybody loses out. Right. It's still not the right thing. It's still, again, back to the fact that it's gambling. This is not good investment. Like, I'm not going to lie. I saw some guy I follow on IG. I have no clue what this guy does. I don't know what this guy does, but he has a good amount of money and he be taking his family out and they be traveling and shit like that. And he never really puts out his business on what it is, but I saw he did like a post on like a stock or whatever it was. He says something like put in $300 and then I made like 6,000 and shit like that. But like just going back to things like that, man, like you don't know when that person put in that 300. Right. And also it's a lot of it is just luck. Like you just put in 300. Like and you don't even know if that's true cuz it's like bro 300 getting flipped to 6,000 is so much percentage of an increase that's almost impossible. That's like you don't even know if this person's lying. Yeah. Like that's impossible. 3 to 6,000, bro. That's almost crazy. Like 1,000% like increase. Yeah, that's insane. And obviously, this person didn't say I kept adding more money into it.
Yeah, I mean,
unless he put in 300 and then kept adding up to like fucking 4,000 to make 2,000. You just never know.
Point, if you're looking at that post and you're that gullible, like, bro, you need to get it together because it's like you don't know this man from a whole nother.
Yeah, and then it doesn't make sense. The percentage of return that it gets is like that's definitely not guaranteed.
There's definitely more. Of a
that's weird.
There.
Yeah, and it's it's always these things that are just very iffy, man. You can't fall for the regular scam that's going on where it's like people really gotta like if they're getting into coins, get your coin, make your money, get the fuck out before anything, because I'm really sure it's gonna come crashing one time, and then I think stocks is gonna come back around, and then people are gonna focus right back on the property again. Mm-hmm. I think all of it is a full distraction from property. Yeah, all it is. Okay, look, we get it. Like some people be like, oh yeah, savings account is bullshit. Like a savings account is not gonna do anything, but other saving accounts are good. Like certain saving accounts that are like. In like I think like IRAs and stuff like that, when you do those, like the thing is you don't get taxed on that money. So like let's say the only thing that really helps you in that is like if you was gonna get taxed on it, you would have less money to save. At least this way you have more money to save, you know? So like that's one of the cool things about like those type of savings, but it's like I guess these are not all that things to really help you. More things that are you gotta look at people that are really like what's the most solid things again, like physical like houses and stuff like like some property and then not just any house. It doesn't work like that. It has to be working functional. Somebody else must be it gotta look like a way somebody else to just take it, you know what I'm saying? Like it gotta look like it gotta look like when somebody goes into it, oh, you can live in it, it's livable, it's doable, and then that's how you really maintain and keep stuff going. Or you buy a lower property and you build it up, or you do other things. You buy a business, or you help out a business. Like there's tangible things you can do.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think that's what
to help out a business is way cheaper than to buy a house.
I think this you just actually hit the nail on the head. I think this is the key right now. Doing physical labor or doing something to attain a physical item that will in the future be worth more is the key right now. And the distraction
physical labor can't be the key because it costs a physical price on your body.
Well, you know what I mean, like having tangible things, tangible investments. That is really the key because everyone's right now diving into something that doesn't exist, something that's crypto and the internet and this.
Let's not forget when a real pandemic arrived. What did China do? They bought out all the masks. They bought out all a bunch of physical items that they sold back to you guys. What was it? It was a drought on weed. Weed dudes was making a lot of money selling it for a high price. When it's like, how do you put a price on an illegal? How do you say it's a drought because of the COVID on weed? Bro, it's a farm, a dude grows it, and they package it, and it's illegal. What? How is it less? There was still rain. What are you talking about? There's a drought, but there's a drought. Like, it's just, in times of crisis, people make a lot of money just pricing up shit. And then remember, people with the physical shit always make more. Like, the electrical, the digital currency, all that is cool, but it's all gambling.
Right.
Let's just say what it is. It's just gambling.
Yeah, it is. So there's that.
You wanna get into anything?
So I'll go into this one. I was walking along Manhattan yesterday. I had to do a couple emergency visits. But anyways, that's besides the case. So I was just walking along like 30th Ave, Lexington, around that whole area. And I was just analyzing, like, so you know how the restaurants have their outdoor seating. So even if like for me, I'd rather not walk through people eating on the sidewalk, but then across the street it's the same thing. So you literally have to just walk through people eating. And I'm watching it, and it's like, so the people are eating, people walking by have masks on, people sitting down don't, they're eating, they're on the sidewalk. Then some shorty's like walking her dog, he's taking a shit next to somebody who's eating, and I'm like, there's garbage. There's garbage on the side. Cars driving by. I was like, what
and then, yo, like, I've seen spots with indoor eating, though.
Me too.
Yeah. I've seen people indoor eating with no mask on.
I don't know what's happening. I'm like, bro, at this point, listen, I know that July is supposed to be the month where it's officially 100%. That's it. We're all open. But it's like at this point, we're basically like, come on, like you're eating next to garbage and a dog shitting. Like, what is?
And like, yo, for all that, bro, like, to be honest, like that shit, like we used to do that, like we could just like, come on, bro, that's just like, that's annoying. Like, you got a window of opportunity. Like, if I was really hungry, I'd just steal your plate. Like, I'll just grab food off your table. Like, what are you gonna do to me, bro? Like, what are you really gonna do if I just grab your food and walk with it? Are you really gonna get up? Like, I wouldn't even get up at that point. Like, what am I gonna do? Fight him for the food from the restaurant? No, I'm not paying the restaurant. I'm not paying the restaurant for this, and I'm leaving. And it sucks for the restaurant, but like, I'm just saying, like, yo, bro, like,
I've had those thoughts too, where I'm looking at, it's like, I could literally just run up, just.
I just go like, yo, what you got going? I just start talking to motherfuckers that don't want to get talked to. What you gonna do? Kick me out the sidewalk? That's a public property. You don't own the sidewalk. Remember that. Ain't no insurance on the sidewalk. You get robbed on the sidewalk eating at a restaurant. That's not part of the restaurant, bro.
I was just analyzing everything. I was like, yo, this is madness. This is like complete fucking madness. It's crazy. Like, and then the thing that just kind of, I was like, huh? It was the shorty walking her dog. I'm like, shorty, you could have just gone to another block, but I feel like she was doing that on purpose.
No, walking the dog by the restaurant?
She was, yeah.
I mean, but it's the sidewalk. Who gives a shit?
But that's what I'm saying.
It's the sidewalk.
But the tree that the dog was going on was lit. There was a table like right next to it. And I was like, yo, this is.
I mean, yo, they should have said some shit. I don't know. Like, it's so nobody, say something and you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
It's so crazy. So yeah, I was just analyzing that. I just wanted to bring that up. I'm like, oh, this is. I mean, it's disgusting. I wouldn't be able to eat next to garbage and car fumes and. And then the same motherfucker's talking about health. And I'm like, no, don't talk to me about health. Just don't. So anyways, that was my thing.
So, One more thing, I was gonna go back to the cryptocurrency thing. I was gonna say, this I feel like Elon Musk is doing what Gary Vee did, but like just better. Like Elon Musk just tweeted like doge and the price went up. And like he'll go on like what was it, like SNL or something. There was like he's gonna talk about Dogecoin and stuff, and it's gonna go. So I feel like I remember like Gary Vee was really hyping up TikTok like back in the day, like TikTok this, TikTok that, this and that. Although like I don't even see that guy no more. Like he just disappeared. I don't know what happened with that. I knew that shit wasn't gonna last because it was very confusing what he was genuinely doing. Like I mean, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just doing a money grab. He did a lot of speeches. Then he had a media company. Everybody that worked for him eventually just got fired or quit. Like that's literally what a lot of people were making. And he was like cool with that because that would get his name out. Because it was like I got fired from Gary Vee, or I quit my job at Gary Vaynerchuk Media, or whatever it was. Like it'd be like a cool subtitle, and they get a little bit of fame off of that, and just ends right there. Like you just get remembered as the guy that worked for Gary Vee.
Right.
Like it's just so weird. It's like it was almost smart for Gary Vee because it's like almost like putting his name on your tombstone.
Basically, yeah.
Like, yeah, I worked for this guy. Now I'm finished. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like wow. Like it's like whoever made a video like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you was gonna talk shit about the company, but these guys just like it was an amazing experience. He motivated me, and
this definitely had a what is it, NDA?
No, not an NDA. That's the thing. I don't even think there was NDAs. I think he ran it in a way that it was just like an experience for people to come and work for a little bit and shit, and probably get paid like minimum wages. I'm pretty sure nobody got paid like any good amount of money because it doesn't make any sense why they would. Just because this guy has money doesn't mean he should pay you money. Yeah. Like I'm more on his side for that at least. Like, just because you have money doesn't mean you should give this person more money for a job, whatever that job requires the money, right? And he also had like I'm pretty sure they were probably like freelancers or something like that, like something like an independent contractor for them and stuff like that.
Internships and stuff.
Yeah, to get a name off of it and stuff like that. But like it was just so weird, like because once you put his name, like it just like I felt like it was just kind of like his thing was shadowing like like it was just taking over the whole thing. Yeah, so it was like and real quick, just I think like the Florida weed laws are stupid. Just if you don't know, like Florida weed laws is like you can't have weed in a container like this. You have to have if you're a medical patient, you have to have the Florida medical container. Okay. So even if you're a medical container and a medical patient and you don't have the container, you can still get a ticket for having weed on you. Which I think is stupid because you don't like you can't tell what strain of weed is in the container either to really make a difference, right? Like all you need is the container carrier. This is stupid. That's like you get a ticket for having a loose cigarette, not the whole pack on you. They did that to like low key. This is stupid laws to make money. This is low key good ways to make money. And
so many people can slide with that if they just have the right.
Not even. It's not slide with it. It's harder to slide even if you're the person in the right. That's what the problem is. Even if you are a medical patient, why can't you just have your weed in a bag? It's just weed. I mean, why are they going so hard? Like it's like pills or something. You know what I'm saying? No,
they're just trying to squeeze the
market. Could get in trouble for having some pills on you that you're prescribed to, but you're probably not going to.
Okay.
But with the weed, you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta, because it's like you, like they're not gonna call your doctor or whoever or whatever to find out if you're actually prescribed. But if you like Adderall or something on you, like in a Ziploc bag, and they're like, "Yo, where's the container?" You're like, "Oh, the container is at home or whatever. Like I just have this," and they're gonna ask you a lot of questions. They might even go to like a court case. But if your doctor comes in and you just say that, like, "Yo, I lost the container," like it broke or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it fell, I was walking and then I stepped on it, it broke that day, so it was for the month. You get away with that. But for the weed part, you're just gonna get a ticket like 50 or maybe 100, whatever. I don't even know if it's a ticket, to be honest. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's not so big that it goes to that direction and you just like want to pay it off just to get it over with. Like I'm pretty sure it goes to that like degree, you know, like a camera ticket or something. Like you're not gonna fight it. Like why would you even like fight it at all? Like just pay the 50 or 150, whatever it comes out to. Just so you forget about it, like just things like that. But that was what I had.
That's what you had?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to. Let me just get my phone real quick so I can reference.
Doing anything yet?
Can you relax?
I'm so not.
Relax.
Not relaxed.
All right. So Steve Harvey had said that men and women can't be friends. And people, and like the thing with the what I found weird.
But did he say both things before? Like I'm pretty pretty sure he said both things.
But they're like resurfacing now for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd bring it up, anyways, just cause.
Well, hugely popular syndicated radio and talk show host, Just a Friend. But where did this come from?
I mean, it's a blessing, true enough, but really, it was just me sitting because come on.
Because you have a wife.
Well, I have a wife, and I don't really have female friends because look. Okay, let's get rid of this myth right here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Let's get rid of this right there. You're an attractive woman. There's some guy somewhere saying, "Yeah, we're friends." No, that's not true. He's your friend.
Oh yeah, I see
only because you have made it absolutely.
Yeah, I get that. So what do you?
Oh no! It started resurfacing again, like Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz.
What are they saying about it? What are they?
So then they put up. There, I don't know how.
What gonna do is end up getting in trouble. So when that started happening to me, I'm like, "Yo, my pops is right." And when it comes to just like people gravitating towards you, if you're the guy that's with 5 or 6 women, everybody wants to know what's up with you. Everybody wants to gravitate towards you because you got the women. Even when I used to throw parties and stuff, I want more girls in the party than I do guys. That's why you let ladies in free before 11, or you give ladies 2 drinks for the price of 1. Whatever it is, you do things that have women around. So I've always loved to be around more women than guys. So for me, it's like it's never been a thing for me to have a bunch of women friends. I got a bunch of women friends now, but it's women that some women in my life I've seen, and I'm like, oh, I know I want to sleep with her. There's some women I've seen, and the energy is just, nah, that's just the homie. That's my sister. That person will never be your friend. That person that you will sit there, she might be cool as hell, but you might look at her and be like, damn, I want to smash her. She cannot be your friend. That's what Steve is saying. Yeah, but even with girls, right? There's girls that I've slept with, and I shouldn't have. I'm like, damn, I fucked the friendship. Now we back cool now, but we could never be cool. Like, we gonna hang out. You know what I'm saying? You gonna come to the house. You know what I mean? You gonna you overstep the boundary. Exactly. We go on vacation with the family. I can't do that type of stuff with them. You know what I mean? But it's like I got plenty of home. I got so many sister friends that it's ridiculous. Yeah, but Steve was saying, look what he said at the end. He said, listen, if one of them girls sit there, she said, try your guy. Say I'm gonna give you some pussy and see what the guy say. That guy might jump on it. Man, I got a bunch of girls I call my sisters, a bunch of women I call my nieces.
All right, let me try.
I don't feel that way. I really don't.
You wanna give this a try?
What are you talking about? What'd you say, Alex?
What?
You don't like black girls? What'd you say?
Yeah, but basically,
let's have this. I don't think that Steve hit this part, and I think this is a little bit easier for guys to digest, which is like,
talk to me.
I think we should, I think all of us should be able to have female friends. Like, I think that's 100%. I think we all do have female friends, and I think that's completely works.
Be unattractive.
Now, that being said, my girl don't need male friends. The fuck
he said, yo, we should have female friends, but you can't have any guy friends. That's the same thing. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, with that, I don't know. What is your take on it? Like, what is the topic for this?
My take on it is this. I just wanted to see what your personal thoughts on having female friends and then vice versa. I have a lot of acquaintances, but because a friendship means there's an interchange of energy. We're hanging out, we're doing stuff together. That's a friendship. I know a lot of people, both male and female. As far as, am I going to chill with you and you're a dude and have dudes I chill with? That doesn't happen. So technically, no. Because I just don't, why am I chilling with you? I don't, I have male friends, but like, it's not even a friend, it's an acquaintance, because to me, a friendship is we're hanging out, we see each other, we talk here and there. You know what I mean? Like there's more activity, like you're more than my friend, but this is what a friends would do. They would come over, they would talk, blah, blah, blah. I have that for, my women friends, yes, but I don't, so yeah, I don't know. I don't, technically.
I think it's real like I think girls and guys just don't have the same things to hang out upon.
Yeah. At a certain level, yeah. Like I
It's
don't.
just it's just the ways
There's going
of
to be a disconnect.
yeah the ways of hanging out for guys is a lot of doing nothing and standing around and making the best out of that. And we'll cut jokes on each other, and things of that nature. And like with a girl, it doesn't really work that way. You can't, and she's not gonna be able to fire back as fast.
No.
And like most girls
You
will
be
not
hanging
be.
out with your boys, and I'm like, yo, I'd rather be doing something. I'd rather be cleaning. I'd rather be go do my nails. I'd rather go work out.
Yeah.
Like
That's just one. And then then there's okay. So what about the shorties that be like, I don't like hanging out with girls. They're mad, like they're too dramatic or whatever. I just want to hang out with guys. What about those girls?
They just don't understand themselves at a certain level. Because I remember when I was younger, I said that once. I said that once. And I never said it again. And then I was like, why did I say that? And then at that point in my life, I wasn't even comfortable hanging out with myself, let alone another female. So I think that at a certain level, as a woman, you have to understand yourself first to be able to understand others. Then you have to analyze, because in the woman world, not every girl.
I got it. Right here. This is the best way I can put it. Guys and girls being just friends for long periods of time and being friends as in like there's the only way like a guy and a girl could probably be friends if they kind of just like see each other for like 30 minutes, like for like a year, once a year type shit.
Yes.
You see them once a year, you're like, yo, you chilling? All right, bet.
Yeah.
Cause like if you like it's just really like what's your like real circle around? Like how does your life kind of revolve around this female? If you're single, like get whatever all the female friends you got, because you're low key, you're like doing a Rubik's cube with these shorties because you're trying to just see which color fits where.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's really what you're doing with all the. Because it takes a lot of energy to like hang out with females. Because with guys, you don't do much. With females, they need stimulation. That's why they just freaking yell woo when they're with all the other girls. It's just because they all just yell woo along. They're that dumb.
It's not dumb.
If a bunch of guys go woo, there's only one guy going woo there. Like everybody's just looking at him like he's a retard.
Yeah.
So like it's just the ways that dudes this is what I was gonna put. A guy hanging out with a girl as a friend is like leaving your dog alone with your cat. Like if you got like a shepherd, and then you got a cat. Might come home one day the cat's in the dog's mouth. Might happen.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really.
Or they develop a bond, which also happens with dogs and cats after a long period.
Don't feed them. Don't feed them.
What do you mean
don't feed the animals. What happens?
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, if you don't.
So if the guy's not gonna get what he wants and the girl's not gonna get what she wants, like somebody's gonna snap at some point by not getting what the fuck they want. Either they're gonna walk away from it or they're gonna be like this or that. It's always something you want out of the person. Even with friends, you always want something out of the friend.
That is true. You know what?
Just make it commonly known of what you want, and the friends are gonna be cool.
I'm gonna just leave it on this note. That one time, you and I had this experience, and the one thing that you said, you were like, bro, in a friendship, in any sort of friendship, partnership, relationship, whatever, there's always the two parties, whether they know it or not, they're always looking for something from one another. And the minute you said that, I got tight. And then I sat back and I just sat with that thought. And I'm like, he's right. Like you literally, you talk to someone because they give you something in their conversation or their energy that you don't get from anybody else. That's the whole point. So it's like, if you're not getting that and they're just getting that from you, that's not a friendship. That's not any. That's just them taking.
Especially especially the person of the opposite sex. Like you're not the same like pretty much kind of like race type. Like your body functioning is different. Your brain functioning is different. You could only get along till this or that, and then it's just like you really like it's real hard to just fully do that with like a female to be like just friends when if you have a significant other. That's one of the important, because the significant other is at such a higher level. It should fill the role of all those things.
If you have a proper thing going, it will fill all the damn roles, and you're not even gonna need. It's not even a thing on your freaking mind at that point at all.
Yeah, because you just gotta be honest with people and be honest with what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll end this. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode.
And we're out.